Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Twisted Tuesday here with Carol Brandolino. I'm Tony Ocean. Guys, welcome to Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things, and we got a great show lined up for you. Actually, we got a great week lined up of stuff, and we'll talk about that as we go along here, folks. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609. Guys, every show is dedicated to the first responders, but mostly it's dedicated to people like you who would take the time and watch the show. Twisted Tuesday, let's go. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Dino Manzella from 7th Heaven, for that intro. Twisted Tuesday, Carol. How you doing, my dear? What's going on?
I'm doing good. My brain is like about to explode, so I can't wait to talk about all this stuff that's been going on. But how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. It was busy. It was good. A lot of fun. But before we get into that, let's get right to Ace Hardware, folks. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Ace just celebrated 100 years in organization of Ace Hardware. Congratulations to them, folks. Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, and Mesa, Arizona. A lot of great deals. Tune up that lawnmower, just $105 plus parts 10. Take advantage of the auto key program at all the stores. They program and car cut keys up to 50% less than the dealership, folks. Tell them, don't forget to grill your ace off and get yourself $20 off any grill purchase when you say grill your ace off. It's that simple. Ace Hardware, buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. The weekend was good. Friday night, Chicago Prime was good with Daryl Armistead. I had a good time. My friend Kathy Eppolito from California was in town and seeing the people from Ace, Jackie and everybody. That was great seeing them. And Saturday, of course, Taverna was sold out. Bam. You know what's great about it? They had a comic from New York named Mario Bosco who started the show. And usually everybody was in town. Yeah, that was very cool. Very funny.
And Laura had her birthday. Laura had her birthday.
Laura's Big Bash, of course, 60. So yeah, we made it kind of low key. We were playing the Speakeasy and on a regular Rat Pack Sunday. So Jerry Jams and me, and we decided to bring the family. So there was about 16 or 17 of us, and they sat down in the VIP section, with the family, and we even got baby Callan out.
Oh, he came so cute.
It's cool. And my mom, and I want to thank, other people, some people dropped by, Albert and Peter Prado and Tony Toto and Julie. Thank you for that. And the Provenzanos, Ron and Rose. So it was a lot of fun celebrating her birthday. So it really was, when you get to a certain age. I mean, Carol, does birthdays affect you at all?
A few of them have. I have to say, I don't know why, but 25, it's terrible. Now that I look back, it's like, what were you thinking? But 25 was a big one for me. And then I think 40 was tough. I don't know. I think after that, it's like, well, what are you going to do? At least you're still here. I try to look at it as, let's just kind of roll with the punches.
I know, when I remember like when the 50, when I turned 50 was big, to me. And then 60 was, now it's like, okay, I keep thinking three more years. I'll be 62 this year. I'm thinking 3 more years, I get Medicare. So
yeah. I mean, there's always positive milestones that are coming with age as well, right? They're not all bad. So there's some good ones. Not all bad.
But, the aches and pains, I said, just try to put your socks on in the morning.
Yeah.
That's an exercise itself. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. You're looking at buying and selling a home. Mary Grievous is the right lady for you, man. She got all your house selling needs. If that's what, that's what house selling leads. Perfect real estate professional, whether you're putting your home on the market or looking for your dream home. Give Mary Grievous a call today. Available says buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, expired listings. Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. That's M. Grievous at starkre.com, or give her a call at 630-688-1725, folks. And also, let's not forget that Mary Grievous is also in charge of the Chicago Music Cruise 2025. That's right. It's happening. We're excited about it. Getting a lot of good calls from people, folks. If you don't know, if you heard about it, you missed our last one in January. It's going to be happening on March 22nd to March 30th, 2025. Gives you plenty of time. Royal Caribbean, Oasis of the Seas, Fort Lauderdale, Carousel, Aruba, and Coco Key, Bahamas. And it's going to be Mojo's Jukebox. It's going to be Tony Ocean, the main event band, Hillbilly Rock Stars, and Seventh Heaven. So give our good friend Mary a call at 630-688-1725 and tell him Tony O sent you, or go to Chicago Music Cruise 2025 and tell him Tony Ocean sent you. So it's going to be kind of fun, and I'm excited about that. All right, so it's a busy week. Carol, do you have anything planned for the holiday?
You know what? I'm leaving it open because we our boss gave us Friday off as well, so we had Thursday off. So I have a nice weekend coming, and we're just kind of weighing options right now and see what the weather is like. That's really what's going to decide everything for us, because I like to do stuff outside if I can. So we'll see. Maybe Michigan. Maybe I'd love to come out to the Thirsty Parrot. I mean, I want to see that place. That looks amazing. And I actually talked to somebody that has a condo out there, a different person set up with me. And I said, oh, okay, well, let's talk about this. At least I'll have a place to spend that night. Like, I don't mind driving out there that day, hanging out all day, but I want to be able to spend the night there.
I don't want to get up in the morning and drive back. I agree with you. Well, the weather so far looks good. Last time we played the Parrot, we actually went inside because it was pouring rain. But
it still looks fun.
Yeah, it was still fun. And this time we're doing it on a Saturday, because we usually do Sundays. We do the day before the holiday. But we'll be there this Saturday on the 6th of July. Thirsty Parrot, Lake Como, Lake Geneva. It's a 5 o'clock hit, 5 to 9. Daniel Nozak, Stephen Callahan. Hello, brother. How you doing? There's Mary. There's Patrice, Arizona. Kathy Double T, Buddy. Vince Ramundi. Ronnie B. Kathy Ippolito. Johnny G, Daryl Armenstadt, Dick Sayed. Holy cow. Boy, Albert, you guys are just on fire.
Thank you,
today.
Tony. Tony's bringing me his homemade limoncello. I just have to commit to tell him when I'm going to be there, because I was just telling.
Come Saturday, he will bring it. If you come Saturday,
I will let him know. Everything's last minute in my life. That's why I never, everything changes at the moment's notice. So I can never I
know what you're saying. Our friend Terry's watching. Hey, Terry, welcome to Ocean Spit. All right, so the weekend is going to be cool. I mean, there's holidays like that, like 4th of July and that stuff. That's still big to you? Do you still get excited about that now?
You know what? If I had like a summer home that, where people go and they might have a summer home where family comes and gets together, I would, or a pool, even a pool. Like, you guys have a pool. To me, if you have a pool, that's a party. So, I would say, come on over. We're
going to have to get you guys over. We got a couple of the guys coming tomorrow, but I think you guys, you and Bobby, take the afternoon off one day and come on out. You know what I mean?
I love it.
It would be a lot of fun. Absolutely.
Thank you. I love you.
Yesterday, I talked briefly. I did probably the most of the show, even cut a little short, about the presidential debate, and I won't hit that much of it. I just wanted to tell me what your thoughts were of the presidential debate between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump.
So I watched the whole thing. Obviously, I sat and watched. My kids watched some of it. I tried to force them to, but they got maybe through 15 minutes of it. But yeah, it was actually more sad to me than probably anything. And it just showed me so much. And I'm not naive by any means. I kind of know that this was coming. I knew that these people, what they're doing to him, whether you like him or not, is putting him up on this national stage to embarrass. It's embarrassing. It shows a lot of weakness on our country. It shows that his family doesn't care about him to do that to him. And then I was wondering if would a doctor be liable for, is he lying or not lying? Or would he be liable, since this office that Biden holds is so important for this entire country, to continue to allow him to do this by not putting out some kind of a press release or something to his family that he doesn't want the blood on his hands or anything on his hands as a doctor, because I'm sure the doctor knows exactly that he's not capable of doing this, right? So,
yeah, but I mean, but the Democrats yesterday said that they're still going to support him. They're still going to give it through, even though there was talk about Governor Newsom out of California, who's a joke, hasn't done anything, and I guess even Pritzker's name was mentioned,
name
Governor
came
of
up
Illinois.
too. Yep.
Well,
and then Governor of Kentucky, I don't know, Kentucky governor, Michigan, like they just have all these random people. And you know what I think it really is they don't want Kamala. The Democratic Party doesn't want Kamala to become, listen, they don't want that to happen either. So these Democrats are they're stuck right now. And I do, it's a shitty situation. But on top of that, the one thing that did bother me is I know that Trump had to go back. I like that they shut I think they did well. And I think Trump
the gag order, I think, was good on both ends. I agree with you.
Yeah, it worked very well. And Trump kept his cool, which I was impressed by that. But the thing is I know what he was doing. He was going back to attacks and things that Biden said before he would answer the question they asked. He's like, well, but first, which I would have done as well. But then they never answered. For me, a big issue was that opioid crisis. And there was never an answer on people currently involved with the opioid crisis and like hooked on drugs. No one offered an answer, neither one of them. I mean,
on either side,
issue, and that's a huge issue for so many people, like mental health and the drug issue. But then again, it all goes back to, where are all these drugs coming from? How are they getting here? Who's bringing them? I mean, it's a vicious, nasty.
And it's been going on it's been going on for decades.
Yeah.
And I believe that the government's got a piece of it. I believe that our government's got a piece of everything that comes in here. So no matter what side of the fence you're on, it's going to be interesting to see the next debate, and we'll have to wait and see. But I believe even the channels that did not support Trump actually said that he won the debate. I believe he won the debate. I wish he would have answered a couple more questions, just like he did say. But I was very happy that he didn't go off and he kept his cool. And I think a lot of people respected him for that, because they were waiting for him to just go off and be the, he's an egotistical guy.
Of course.
There's no doubt about it.
Right.
But we'll have to see what happens on that.
Yeah.
So we'll have another one when it happens. Couple things here. Let's see here. Carol, travel in the future or travel in the past? But before you answer that question, you can't come back.
Oh, well, I mean, I think it just makes sense to travel in the past, because you're going to at least have a full life, hopefully, ahead of you, right? If you travel in the future, I mean, what age are you? I want to know what age you're going to be when you travel there.
I think you can pick whatever you want. Let's just say a little Mary. Yeah, Mary, Karen, hello, guys. Sandra, how you guys doing? Yeah, so you say the past, and what age would you go back to?
The past, I would like to be like a teenager, maybe in the 50s, something like that, maybe. Or I would like to be, in a time and place where, I never got to experience that. And people now that are, younger say, oh, I wish I experienced the 80s, because so many people talk about, like my generation, the 80s were just the best. And then my parents, they were young in those years, and you see now in movies what that was like. And because of how shitty things are now and what we see the future holds, I would definitely want to be back where you're doing like sock hops and the 50s and the music. I would definitely do that and be like a young teenager to just kind of.
But if you could go back on just forget before you were born and stuff. If you can go back to the time when you were younger or whatever it is, would you change anything? What would you change, you think, in your opinion? Say you went back to graduating 8th grade and you're going into high school. What would you change?
You know what? I honestly don't think. Okay, that time in my life, I wouldn't change anything, because it turned out the way it was supposed to, and it was a lot of fun. There were some things that happened that I think had they not happened, things would have been different, but not in a bad way. Now, if you talk about graduating high school and going to college, I definitely would have changed. I would have gone away to school. I went to Columbia. I still would have gone to Columbia probably. But I would have liked to have lived in a dorm or had gone away and been a little more independent for college. That's one change I would have made for sure.
If I would have if I went back to high school, I probably wish I would have done two things better. My father never gave me too much advice because he was never home. But when he did, one thing he always said was save money. I wasn't that good at that. Still, I'm getting there, but I'm still not that great at that.
Yeah.
That I wish I would have done because my sister was good at that. She was, but I wish I would have studied a little bit more and maybe got a little bit more education. I got lucky. I got blessed with God gave me this talent, and I got lucky to do what I'm doing. But I'm telling you, before this became full time, I was changing jobs left and right, and I had no direction. So I wish I would have had a little bit more education. I mean, I don't know how far it would have went, but at least something.
Hindsight is 2020. I look back and believe me, there's times I wish I was an average student in my whole life, really. Grade school, I was like, I was very social. I was the one obviously talking and laughing and getting in trouble and joking around. And high school, I had a couple teachers I really loved, and it makes a big difference when you're really interested in the class, right? But other than that, I'm embarrassed sometimes. Certain things that I just wasn't interested in, I don't know a lot about. Like geography, forget about it. I'm an idiot. Like I'm not geographically illiterate.
I know some of that. I was big on history, still am.
Yeah.
Michael Sansone from Arizona. What's up, brother? How you doing? Boyd came up. Boyd said something good. I like Boyd when he comes up with some good stuff all the time. I would have paid more attention to the elders that were willing to share their opinions and knowledge. Because, we're growing up, our teachers might have said something, but we were punks. This guy don't know shit. This woman doesn't know shit. My parents don't know shit. And as we got older, we realized everything those people said.
Exactly true. They were right. They were like fortune tellers, but we didn't realize it. Like I tell my kids when they tell me you were right, and I love hearing that because, we just know what's going to happen. We've been through it. People don't change necessarily. We know you see the writing on the wall. You know what I mean?
Dennis from Lake Geneva says, I would have never got married. All right. So there you go, Dennis.
Okay.
There you go. That might have got you. And we're going to lead you into, that's a good one. We're going to lead you into, of course, another sponsor, folks, our good friends from Garelli Pavement Services. Family-owned operated. Their service includes Illinois, Wisconsin, Indiana, specializing in parking lots, doing both asphalt, concrete work. They do repairs, replacements, seal coating, crack filling, and lot painting. They have a 5-star rating. Call today to speak to a knowledgeable representative at 815-271-5835 or check their website at GorelliPavementServices.com and tell them Tony O sent you. And let's not forget Jack Vena Landscaping. You need stuff done around the house. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring and fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They also offer plant design service and installation and servicing the North Shore for 44 years. Call Tommy at 847-432-5266. Tell them Tony O sent you. This is Ocean's Pit. This is Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino. Carol, I mean, it's when they tell you these stuff, and now when I meet people that are older, I talk to them. I try, listen.
Yes.
I met a guy fishing. It was a former vet. And we just started talking, and we kind of bonded because he knew, first of all, we were both on the same political page. Yeah. And the second thing, he was a Vietnam vet. First thing I said, thank you, sir, for what you did for our services. He was kind of a little shocked. He was shocked that someone actually thanked him.
Yes. Isn't that sad? My kids always, Gianni, especially when he was young, I would just tell him always when you see somebody in uniform or military or police officer, always thank them for their service. And you know what? They are so shocked because it obviously doesn't happen enough or at all to some of them. Right. I mean, I pick people's brains, especially people that have been married 60 years. Like you said, that doesn't happen anymore, right? Mm-hmm. You always ask, what's your secret? What makes all the difference in the world? And really, it's just, everybody's so different.
Yeah, but you know what, Carol? I ask that every night at my gigs. I ask how many are married, how many are happily married. Then I ask if you had no children. Then I ask if you had no children, would you still be married?
That's a great question. That's a big one. Yeah.
But you know what? Every couple that I asked that's been married many years,
Mhm.
they all, the first is the joke. You always listen to the wife. Wife is always right.
Right.
That's the thing that they say.
Right.
But the one that's the
Mhm.
serious one is communication. That's all I hear.
Yeah, because
Don't
they
wait
people
till
don't.
don't wait till it builds up and then attack the person. Remember what you
Right.
did last March of
Yeah.
2020? Like what the
Well,
fuck?
I think women are known for that. Sometimes it's from what I hear from men that, even Bobby has said it many times, like, or you only remember the bad things. Well, I mean, no, you remember the good things, but you're not going to complain about them. But the bad things are something that pissed you off. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. Sometimes I hold on to it and you let it brew, and then you want to hold it in your pocket for when the next time. I'm not going to lie. I mean, listen, you got to have something up your sleeve. You want to
So
debate,
you
you
see,
got to
it's like a
debate.
piggy bank. It's like a piggy bank. I'm gonna get you on that one. Yeah,
you know
remember 1998? Yeah,
but
yeah.
but I will say this: people that say they've never had an argument and don't argue, those, like, we used to DJ weddings for about, I don't know, a couple years back in the day, Bobby and I can't tell you how many people we ran into that we DJ'd their wedding maybe 7-8 months prior, and we ran into them and they were divorced, and I was like, what? And they said we never had an argument and they never lived together. So this is why I believe you really need to live with somebody, because it's different to date. It's so different. And also, if you're not arguing, it means you're not being honest, because not everybody,
Yeah.
I don't think, agrees 100%
Yeah.
on everything. So you're just kind of maybe avoiding things to avoid an
Even they're
argument.
lying or they're just not really paying attention on what the other person is doing. I totally believe that.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah,
people
our
are going
friend
to argue.
Mary has been married. She just said she's been married 54 years. And she
Wow.
says communication. And you kind of learn
Congratulations.
that.
Yeah.
Joanne
Thank
Lulo, how you
you.
doing, my dear friend? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so that's interesting stuff. How about, say, talking about going back in time and stuff? Did you
Yeah.
have a favorite road trip that you did with the family when you were growing up? Did you have like a
Yeah,
favorite?
yeah, a favorite one, I would say for sure my spring breaks, like, but I did several, quite a few of them. So each spring break, we would go to Fort Lauder or Clearwater, and we would travel to Fort Lauderdale, and then Greektown, which was Tarpon Springs. So we were there all the time. That's where you get your cigars from,
You
right?
got
Tarpon
some? Yeah,
Springs.
yeah, sure.
So there was a nightclub there called Zorba's. I don't know if you knew it back in the day,
No,
but it
no.
was a nightclub, and I was young. So like I was 14, maybe, we were going there, and we'd go to the nightclub, and there were belly dancers on the tables and Greek dancing. And, it was just so cool to
Was it
see.
obviously called Zorba? So like Zorba the Greek was a Greek restaurant.
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
and they did
Okay.
Greek dancing and
Yeah.
nightclub music, and they had like real belly dancers. So this was so cool. But my trips for my spring breaks with my friends and my family, my dad would drive us, and my mom went on a few of them, but my dad would drive us, and he's like offering beer to my friends while he's barbecuing. I'm like, Dad, we're fresh sophomores. And here's my friends. They were all like wanted to drink, so they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, well. And I didn't drink. I wasn't a drinker, probably because I was allowed to if I wanted to at home. So I didn't like it. So here I'm like, you're offering my friends that are 14 beer, but you're telling me I can't go walk on the strip, or you're going to follow us so we don't talk to boys on freaking spring break.
But
In
drink the beer.
I was like, come on, man, you want us to drink and then we can't talk to
You
boys?
know what? You want to laugh? We took no family vacations. We took no road trips. The
Yeah.
only time I think I remember we went to Chula Vista in Lake Geneva. It was
Okay.
like the only one that I remember that we
Yeah.
actually took me, my mother, and my dad. My sister wasn't
Yeah.
born yet, but all
Yeah.
four of us ever took a trip anywhere,
Yeah.
which is very, very, it's crazy. Tony Toto, 37 years for me. I say yes, okay, honey, no problem. But we talk about things and we fix things.
Right. And you know what, Tony, from what I can tell, I don't know him very well, but just from what I do know and the times I've talked to him, he's just so late. Listen, personality matters, and temperament, I should say temperament matters, because he's so laid back, or at least he seems so laid back and chill, So it does matter who you're with, because if you have this temperament of not having any patience, or you're real high strung, whatever, if you have two people like that, there's going to be a problem. That's why that combination matters, So I think the guys that are laid back and chill, I think, are going to have a little bit of an easier time with relationships. I mean,
I agree with you, and I
makes
work
sense.
with Tony a lot. You know, of course, being a drummer, he does my sound too, and I've
Yeah,
seen him and Julie many times.
yeah.
You know, they're laid back, man. And but
Hmm.
you know what? When something hits, they talk about it and get, you
Yeah,
know, whatever it is. They don't hold on to it. You know,
right,
from what we see, we don't know, you know, what they're
right,
in their home. But I mean, they're just great people. I love them both.
right.
Dennis, I'm going to Niagara Falls with my cousin Rhonda. Okay, good luck on
Oh,
that one, Dennis. I hope you have fun there. My God, this is good. All
you
right,
know what?
let's see. Yes.
I wanted to just bring this up. I saw this while I was watching all these news channels the other day, and they were talking about brain implants. Have you heard about this or talked about this yet?
No,
Right.
no.
Okay. Now, this can open up a flood of good jokes for sure, but this is
Yeah.
for real. And it's something that can turn, like it's called paradromics, right? So for people that due to paralysis or if they've lost their ability to speak, this technology can turn this is scary, your thoughts into text. Okay. Think
Wow.
about that.
So if you can't talk, you text me. You know what? I did.
No, but your thoughts into text, what you're thinking into text. What
Wow.
the hell? That scared me beyond anything. And of course, I think Elon Musk is behind this. I'm pretty
Sure.
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 Um,
Sure.
but when you talk about robots and how they're taking over, right? Like, can you imagine how screwed? Like, you know how they say, what superpower would you like to have if you can have one? I thought about wanting to read people's minds, but I'll be honest with you, no thanks. No thanks.
No way. Because you know half of these
No.
people, I mean, I don't half of them are full of shit when they say hello to you. You walk away, they talk about you.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, I wouldn't want that superpower. I don't
Yeah.
even know if I can even, I don't even know we can answer that, what kind of superpower I would want, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think the more this future is going on, we're going to see more of
Yeah.
that robot shit.
Yeah.
We're going to see a lot of stuff like that, which is going to be just
Ugh.
like when we were watching the Jetsons and Lost in Space
Right.
and all that
Right.
stuff. when we
Rosie
were
was the
kids.
robot. I
The
remember.
robot. It's going to be coming. It's going to be coming. A couple things here. Fox 32 News joint rolling contest. Folks,
Joint rolling?
if you want to go to Ohio and you want to drive to Ohio, they have a festival there.
Wait, did you say joint? Wait, joint rolling?
joint
Joint rolling?
rolling contest. That's right. It's called Worcester event in Ohio, July 26th through the 28th. Fox 32 News are looking for contestants, the people that want to learn how to roll joints, and they're going to have a contest.
We have a
I don't know
winner?
what the
Money?
winning is,
What's
but
the winning?
I have no clue. Maybe a
I
free
know
pod
people
for
that
life.
can do that.
I can't. No way. I can't. I can't. Oh, that one. Oh, I'm sorry, Dennis. Your girlfriend. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant my cousin. I'm sorry. You guys are gonna have a good time out there in Niagara Falls. I love Niagara Falls. But yeah, joint rolling contest. Everybody interested, go down to Ohio and check that out.
Wow.
Here's
Okay.
another question. Another interesting story. New York Post. Lady Gaga going some words with Sean Diddy, P Diddy Combs.
Okay.
Their law firm, the agency that books these big celebrity stars.
Mhm.
They're going to they're dropping Sean Diddy Combs, obviously because of the
Well, yeah.
sexual things that he's going through. But Lady Gaga says, and it wasn't announced yet, Lady Gaga says, if you keep him, I'm leaving you. I'm going to look for another lawyer, another agency, nowhere else to go to. And that is, I mean, wow. And, you know, there's some stories about him and Obama and Epstein Island. You hear about this hookup and all these young kids.
Right.
You know, more
I mean,
shit that you're hearing about.
nobody
More
wants to be
shit.
associated with that, but I'm the devil's advocate person. I totally agree with her. Okay, I do. But I'm mentally, I can't help myself, but I'm the devil's advocate. And then I say, I just don't like it when people try to use their professional, I don't know, like their power to just say now to this place, this venue or whatever. If you do that, I'm pulling out of that. So then this place is going to lose money. You know what I mean? I get it. I understand it. I agree with her because this guy's a scumbag, Diddy.
Yeah.
But when you start using your power to try and make everybody do what you want them to do, that bothers me too. I understand, but
makes
it's
sense.
always a double-edged sword.
And then,
for
but
me.
then you never know, like these celebrities, like you said. I did maybe back in, I forgot what year it was, but I went on the road with R. Kelly.
Okay.
I did some stuff with R. Kelly. And at the time, there was always talk about stuff that you thought about, but you never heard anything about it.
Right.
And I was the only white guy in the whole entourage. What I did was I was an announcer. I came out in my tux with the old-fashioned mics, and I go, "Ladies and gentlemen, Sylvester Kelly," and he was doing like a Sam Cooke tribute.
Okay.
They put a record out, and so I never really got to talk to him. Even when we traveled, he said hello, hi. Gave me a cigar once. But okay, so I thought he was cool. All right, it is what it is. You hear the stories, you didn't know. And then he came to visit me at my gig at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. And that particular night, he came, and my daughter, Marissa, was there. And we're all posing for pictures. My wife was there. It says, "Hey, R. Kelly," he was still, the rumors weren't that big yet. They weren't out in public yet.
Yeah.
But by the end of the night, my daughter's talking to him, whatever, about there, and he slips him. Now, my daughter was 19 years old.
Oh boy.
He slipped her his number in the hotel room. Then she came back and told my wife. Then my wife tells me when I'm on break, and I
my God,
ballistic over there. I just went ballistic over there.
Yeah.
You fucking pedophile, pardon the language, but
and
then you find out later,
Yep.
Come on.
Well, listen, where there's smoke, there's fire. That's a fact. I mean, I just, when you start hearing the rumors, I know there's rumors that are totally, fabricated, but when you start hearing certain rumors and then other people start corroborating them, there's something there to look at. I mean, you have to be careful at that point.
And we know that in life, you hear one side of the story, you hear the other side, but usually in the middle is where the truth is.
Exactly. Yeah.
A little crazy. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. How about another sponsor, folks? Our good friends from Deutz Power Center, servicing the construction and diesel industry in Chicago for the last 100 years. Call Sal at 224-276-6550. And let's not forget Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois, and Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. For all your collision auto repair needs, go to crashchampions.com. And tell Mike and Gigi that Tony O sent you. So you never know. And people say, well, I know him or I know her, but you know what, how well do we really know people?
You really don't, like, honestly, unless you spend an ample amount of time with people or live with them. I think we don't know a lot of people we think we know, unless they put it all out there, to be honest with you, because I've been stunned by some things I've heard about certain people's relationships, which not my business. I don't ask about it, but when it comes out, you're shocked and stunned, so they don't put it all out there. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. Here's another story. Adriana Grande.
Oh, Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. I don't know anything about her. I know she's a young singer, right? Actress.
Yeah, she's a very good singer. Yep, actress too.
I think my kids had a crush on her. I think my son Joey and Tony, I think they both had a crush on her one time. Supposedly, we did a show in Maxwell Mansion in Lake Geneva. Supposedly, she was there, but I never met her. I don't know. But she was just in the news and on some news show, and they asked her, "What celebrity would you like to have dinner with?" Her comments were Jeffrey Dahmer.
What?
True.
Come on.
True story. And now the families of the victims are furious. What kind of what
was her reasoning for that, though? I mean, they had to. If I was an interviewer, okay. Well, I wanted to hear her whole answer now, because if I was an interviewer, and I love interviewing people.
Sure.
And you are a great interviewer. So if somebody answered that to you, what would you say? Why? Right?
I don't know. I should have got the whole story, but I think people might have to look into it themselves. But why would you say something like that? But you know what? In one regards, she seems like an intelligent lady. Maybe she's wondering, when you want to talk to a psycho,
Yeah.
You want to maybe read the mind of why.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of people I'd love to. That's the one thing I ask all the time. I try to find the best of people that have come from the worst of times, and I want to know how, why, and how, right? How did you get here from where you were? What happened then? And then when you see the worst of people, you've got to ask, because the things that are just unexplainable to us, like what he did, and also pedophiles as well. Well, pedophiles, I don't think even they don't count, because they're just done. They're sick in the head. There's no explanation for that.
No,
so, but somebody that did something like him, I would like to know definitely why.
Well, but then you look at. I'm not much in watching those stories on these guys like Manson and Richard Speck and all of them, John Gacy, all of them seem like they all were abused by someone in their fucking family.
Yes,
now, I'm not excusing anybody.
No,
but you got to think in the back of your head, when you're. Please, you can't excuse what they're doing, but
no,
it's not like a guy just decided, hey, I'm going to go eat people for it.
Right. No, there's a screw loose for sure. But I saw the Jeffrey Dahmer, the series. It was hard to watch, honestly, for me. It's so disturbing. Did
you, and I hate to say feel sorry, but did you wonder for the shit that he went through? Maybe you
do think about it. You think about, them. It completely maybe being ignored or neglected, or, some people don't have the story where they were locked up there's kids that I hear stories of now in my line of work. And I hear stories of kids that were locked in a closet for days, and there was nothing to eat. So a good friend of mine, he's nominated for a Josie Award, actually. A good friend, I used to book him a couple of years ago, young country singer. And he just got nominated for 3 awards. I'm so happy for him. I did an interview, and I never put it out yet, because I know he's going to become very famous one day. I do. I said, I'm holding on to this one. But he did tell me this, and it was very traumatizing. He said, the smell of onions, and he can eat them, he can't smell them. It's literally, and he was in the military too. He was a medic back in the day. He's a young man. He's only 28. He said he cannot stomach because of PTSD. He was locked in a closet by, I don't know if it was a stepdad or a real dad. I don't remember. And he didn't eat for 3-4 days. And the only thing in the closet pantry was raw onions. So he ate them to eat because he was starving. Listen.
But what's the thing, Don't look into the basement. There was a movie where the mother or the stepmother locked the kids in for months and just kept them just throwing.
Kids in the attic. Flowers in the attic.
Flowers in the attic. God. And you got to wonder what these kids, when they grow up, what do they end up? They could be your next Richard Speck, or his mother raped him. Richard Speck, I think his mother raped him. Gacy, all this crazy shit that's going on. Angela's watching from Fishers, Indiana. Thank you, Angela. I hope you're having a great day. Crazy stuff out there. Talking about that stuff. Also, folks, we were baseball fans here. Orlando Cepeda, I remember him as for Oakland A's, and he also played for the California Angels. He passed. They used to call him the Baby Bull. Died at the age of 86 years old. Baseball fans. Interesting stuff. Let's go to some headlines here. Some interesting stuff. Afternoon. This is entitled Afternoon Sex.
Oh, God.
The only way to pull off a Sunday afternoon quickie with your 8-year-old son in the apartment was to send him out on the balcony with a popsicle and tell him to report on the neighborhood's activities. There's a car being towed from the parking lot, he shouted. He began his car with his parents, put the plan in operation. An ambulance just drove by. Looks like the Andersons have company, he called out. Matt's riding his new bike. Looks like the Sanders are moving. Jason is on the skateboard. After a few moments, he announced, the Coopers are having sex. Startled, his mother and dad shot up out of the bed, and Dad called out, how do you know they're having sex? Because Jimmy Cooper is standing out on the balcony with a pop.
Oh, I love that.
That is funny.
That is funny. That is I love jokes like that. They're so
it is interesting. I love that stuff too.
Yeah.
Dogs. This is about dogs, and this
Okay.
is about a Labradoodle. We have a dog, but I think dogs in general. Dogs
Mhm.
and their owners often share personality traits. According to research published in the Journal of Research and Personality, scientists surveyed 1,600 dog owners across 50 breeds and found that the canine personalities evolved over time,
Hmm.
much like humans.
Okay.
Study revealed that lively, outgoing people tend to have dogs with matching temperaments, while owners with more negative traits often have anxious and aggressive pets.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
the similarity isn't as a case of owners protecting their personalities into their dogs. So they're saying that your dog ends up starting to do things or act things and just like you do. Wow.
dogs are smart. They're going to react to you. They're like very smart, like a lot of humans, even smarter than a lot of humans. But they do, I think, react to similarly. Like you know how you get real excited with your dog, and you're like, "Oh, how cute!" Blah, 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 and you start getting excited. Then they start getting
And they
excited,
get
and go
excited too.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
And they know when you say "I love you." They know.
yeah, right,
You can see
right.
your dogs know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It's
they do. Of
amazing
course.
how some dogs are smarter than others, but it's just
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Well, another thing about you people who love these Apple Watches. You see these guys and gals walking with this Apple Watch. Now it's got the
I,
phone. It can tell you what to eat. It can tell you this. It can tell you that. They can tell. Well, here's something. Apple Watch is not now, folks, is not capable to show your vessels. It's also not possible to measure your blood pressure with your Apple Watch without additional equipment.
oh,
So there you go. Now I
interesting.
know
I
there's
wonder if
something
they.
on there. Supposedly it says you can check your blood pressure, but obviously that's
I
not.
think your heart rate, yes, but not. I don't know if it's your blood pressure. Your heart rate,
Yeah,
I think they
yeah,
say
yeah.
that.
Because you're
Um,
walking your steps and everything that you're doing. Right, right, right.
yeah, I can't even
Uh,
see my computer screen, let alone a screen that's this big. What is the?
they watch. I know people watch
I can't
TV
see.
from them.
I can't, I
That's
can't see
nuts.
anything. I'm so blind and deaf.
Oh, it's crazy. Here we go. So hold on a second. They have legit facts checkers that know all the facts. Why
Oh,
not set up a channel on TV and just give us the facts?
Fax News. How about
Fact
that?
news. I think that's a great thing. Boyd says, look at the weird ass movies that kids are watching and the violence in the games they're playing. How about it? I mean, it's nuts.
Oh, well, let me
Jackie.
tell you, I talked about video games very little. I'm like, you know what? They're shooting, it's a game. And I believe that to a pretty high degree.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, and I don't know if our listening audience have kids the age of mine or a little younger,
Yeah.
but Grand Theft Auto, let me tell you this, do not let your kid play Grand Theft, because my kid begged me for it for so long. And I thought, they're stealing cars, right? Oh, okay. So I usually research things, and Gianni was probably 10, 11, I don't know. And let me tell you something, the shock of my life was, he won't forget the moment. I won't forget the moment. He was in his bedroom playing Grand Theft Auto. I walked in like with lunch, I don't know, like quesadillas that I had made, it was summertime. I was like, oh, gee, and I'm talking to him, but he didn't hear me because he had his headphones on. I walked in. He finally turned and looked at me after I had looked at the screen, and I was like, what the and I think I almost dropped the plate of food. He looked at me, he freaked out. There was a woman that had picked her head up, wiping her mouth, and I was like, what the hell? What the hell's going on? I mean, I lost my marbles. I said, what is going on? So there's strip clubs. They pick up hookers in this Grand Theft Auto. They were doing things that, and I was
it's been around for a while. Number one,
I know
it's been around for a while, and didn't they make a movie too from
maybe,
that?
but back then I knew nothing about it. I said, okay, it's a stupid video game. There's going to be violence, and they're going to steal cars, and they're drug dealers, right? But I didn't know that was going on. And he's like, you know what Gianni says? This is perfect, Gianni. Well, I didn't approach her. She came to me.
It wasn't my fault. There you go.
Come
I want to say hello to my friend Laura Denny. Thank you, Laura and Pam, your family, for coming Sunday to Speakeasy. Thank you very much. But she said 6 people out there. I have a story for you about Gacy. I'd like to get you on and hear about that story. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there. But yeah, you got to watch what the kids are watching these days.
Oh my
And,
God. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but there's some of those parents that are busy working, or they're single parents.
Yeah,
They think
no.
the kid is just watching the videos and keeping them busy out of their hair.
No, research
You
it
know?
first. Research it first.
You
Eliana's
gotta
always
do your
texting me,
research.
can
I
I watch
agree with
this
you.
show? And I'm like, well, let me look at it first and see what's, what it's about and what's in it, because the stuff that they have access to anything on Netflix and, YouTube and everything. It's brutal.
It's
brutal.
crazy. Wait, someone said Laura, my wife is on. I don't see her on, but Dennis just said hi, Laura Faye Carrara. Honey, if you're there, hello, my dear. I hope you're doing well. Danny Ramundi, what's up, buddy? So people ask me where we're going to be. Now, Thursday is a private event in Delavan, Wisconsin with the Main Event Band. Friday, we will be at Chicago Prime on the 5th of July. And the 6th, we will be at the Thirsty Parrot in Lake Geneva, Lake Como. That's a 5 o'clock hit Saturday night. And on the 7th, I'm off. And
Nice.
I'm going to Renaissance Fair, which I do every year with my sister. We dress up and we go out. We have drinks, and it's a
I love
that's the only
that.
thing I do for my sister once a year. She
Oh,
paid,
that's fun.
well, we've been going for like 15 years. Okay,
Okay.
remember the first time we went? It's in Bristol, Wisconsin.
Mhm.
When we came out, we were so blitzed we couldn't find a car.
And you're dressed in costumes.
And we're dressed in costumes. So from then on, my sister would pay for the limo. I'll buy the
Nice.
tickets and I'll get the food and the drinks. And that's what we still do. So limo's picking me
That's
up 8 o'clock in
awesome.
the morning, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. And
Very
looking forward to see
cool.
Dennis there on Saturday. All right, here's now it's 2024. Now we know this is many years ago, what I'm going to mention here, but it's just what in 1940, McDonald's.
Okay.
Their menus and the way they would say the name of the product. This is the amazing McDonald's menu was the menu.
Okay.
Pure beef hamburger, 15 cents. Tempting cheeseburger, 19 cents. Triple thick shakes, 20 cents. Golden French fries, 10 cents. Thirst quenching Coke, 10 cents. Delightful root beer, 10 cents. Steaming hot coffee, 10 cents. Full flavored orange drink, 10 cents. And refreshing cold milk.
Well, now we can't say beef, pure beef. We can't even say rubber patty. I mean, honestly, I think I'd be better off with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if Stella's watching. Stella, hello, dear. And I love this. Matthew McConaughey, great actor. One of his quotes: "Only trust someone who can see." Wait. Only trust someone who can see three. Wait, one more time. Sorry. Only trust someone who can see these 3 things in you. Number 1, the sorrow behind your smile, the love behind your anger, and the reason behind your silence.
Oh, fair. That's fair. I think that's a very important to live by, actually.
I think that's very important.
Yeah.
And Daniel Dace has sent this in. You work 8 hours to live 4. You work 6 days to enjoy 1. You work 8 hours to eat for 15 minutes. You work 8 hours of 5 to sleep 5. You work all year just to take a week of or 2 of vacation.
Yeah.
You work all your life to retire in old age and contemplate over your last breaths. Eventually you realize that life is nothing but a parody of yourself practicing your own oblivion.
Wow.
We have become so accustomed to material and social slavery that we no longer see the chains. Life is so short. Live it and love it.
And love what you do if you can with your job, because that's what you're going to spend a really huge majority of your time doing. So I saw this quote too, oddly enough. I wish I had all 7 or 8 of them. I posted it, but this one I loved. And it says, if you want to shop without looking at the price tags, work without looking at the clock. And I thought,
wow.
I love that one. Hit me hard, and I thought, I want to put that on a nice decorative wall canvas, because nowadays, like we talk about the younger generation, not a lot of them, not all of them, not wanting to work, put in their hours, put in their time, put in,
Yeah,
get in
yeah.
there. If you want to shop like that, like if you want to be a baller one day and you want to shop without looking at the price, there's going to be a price for that. And that is you're going to work a lot of long hours, way past your 8 hours a day and way past your 10, 15 years of work or 20 years
Right.
of work.
20 years of
You
work,
never
right?
stop. But yeah, don't look at you gotta work without looking at the clock.
Look
I
at the
mean,
clock.
I
There's a
love it.
lot of great quotes out there.
Yeah, there
And you know
are.
what? There's a
I,
calendar that my wife had, and it had like
yes,
these special sayings every day. There
yes,
was something,
I
which
love
is
it.
very, very cool.
Mhm.
Patrice, former Honey Bear, hello, my dear friend. Hope you're well, Boyd. Digital pacifier, there you go. Dennis from Lake Geneva. By the way, Rudy Giuliani had his license revoked in New York today. Wow.
Oh, like
Now
his law?
that's hate. That's definitely Democratic hate. Yes, and after 54 years of work, we can enjoy life and our time here. Oh, Larry, there you go. Now you and your wife can go out and enjoy yourselves, which I see you guys doing stuff. They always travel. They always go do stuff. That's what you got to do.
Yeah. Life's too
Um,
short not to. I
I
mean,
agree.
really.
Well, this is something off the subject, but we're talking about, you know how I fish, and especially in Florida. This is
Yeah.
interesting. Saltwater Brewery in Delray, Florida, has
Mhm.
developed edible six-pack rings that are made from products of beer like barley and wheat, making them safe marine life to consume. So people bring their beer on the boats, and sometimes that thing that holds, or their soda, that
Okay.
little plastic thing,
Yeah.
that holds the can.
Yeah.
Sometimes they throw it into the water or whatever.
Oh, that
But
makes
now
sense.
this one made something that's eatable, so the fish can eat it and it won't kill them.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean,
Isn't that cool?
yep. Yeah, it
I
is.
think that is very, very cool. David Zamel, David, what's up, my brother? How you doing, pal? Yeah, interesting stuff. Chicago police reported mass arrest took place this past weekend at the Rowdy Post Pride Parade celebrations. And did you hear the story about that? That came a giant blow, big
No.
fights. Cops came in and they had
At the Pride Parade in Chicago?
the Pride Parade in Chicago.
I did not hear about that.
They had to bring out, when you bring out the fire hose to push people. I mean,
Oh my God. What?
look. I think we talk about this all the time. Everybody's different, and
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of crazy shit out there, but hey,
Mhm.
it is what it is. I mean, I don't condemn a lot of stuff, but hey, I mean, it is. You can't judge. That's what these people, whatever it is, it's their life. Let them do what they need to do.
Here's the thing, you can have your judgment, but violence isn't the answer. Let's just say that. The bottom line, you can have, I respect everybody's opinions about things.
Right,
I don't have to
right.
agree with a lot of things. If no one's bothering you, leave them alone. If they're not hurting you or your kids, like you can have your feelings, but violence, what are we talking about here? That's our whole point with everything in our country and everywhere with wars. Why violence? You can argue, you can discuss, you can disagree, but there's no reason for the violence. There just is not.
Yeah, exactly. And you get that crazy stuff, and people they need to learn how to just got to accept it. You don't have to be friends with these people.
No.
You don't have to. It's their own life. They do whatever they want to do. We do what we do. They do what they do.
Exactly.
There's no one crazy. We were talking about this earlier in the beginning of the show when you mentioned about the presidential debate. Fox News results are in a damning post debate poll that found 72% of registered voters believe that President Biden cannot serve as president due to his mental and his health.
Yeah.
This was Fox News. As we talked about in the beginning.
Well, they don't want him to run, but they're saying, there's actually, and I don't know what it is, but the amount of things they have to actually go through the process of somebody else stepping in.
Oh, yeah.
First and foremost, Biden has to agree to it. And they said he's so stubborn. And so
he won't.
He won't step down. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen and how it's going to play out. I really am, because
the next debate, they also said, he's going to be all ready for the next debate. Okay. Well,
they're talking about Trump having done nothing but lie at the debate. Listen, I'm sure there's little things here and there, but Biden said a lot of things that I don't even know if he knew what he was saying, to be honest with you.
No clue.
Because
how about the one he said he was endorsed by some company, and the company came right out and said, we have never endorsed and we never will.
Oh, right. I mean, the Border Patrol. I think it's the Border Patrol or something.
Yeah. Border Patrol. Exactly. Yeah. It's nuts. It's completely
It's
crazy.
mind blowing. It's
On
mind
a happy
blowing.
note, happy anniversary to Tootsie and Vito Zotto. Congratulations, guys. I don't know, it doesn't say how many years they've been together, but Vito and Tootsie, I've known these guys. Vito Zotto, of course, great entertainer in the Chicagoland area. Good guy. And my thoughts and prayers go out to my friend Dana and Lou from Airtight Windows. Dana lost her uncle. Joe
I'm
Caruso,
sorry.
rest in peace. Our prayers go out to the family. And speaking of my good buddy Louis Pipes, then we need to talk simply for one of our sponsors here is Airtight Windows and Siding as we're coming to the end of the hour. If you're looking for new windows and you want it done right, do it right with Airtight. For honesty and quality, dependability, do it right with Airtight. Service Chicagoland for over 35 years. Do it right with Airtight. Call Lou at 708-788-5000 and tell him Tony O sent you. Doing it right with Airtight Windows and Siding. 4th of July coming up. Today is July 2nd already. We're into July 2nd. And boy,
I
tell
can't
you,
believe it's July already.
I mean, things are just they're just flying out. I mean, we don't have that many good, nice days.
Yeah, it's flying by.
Did you ever wear go-go boots?
No, because I didn't like my legs. I never liked my leg. I couldn't, and plus I wasn't allowed to really wear short skirts. So I don't know. So
I got it.
no.
Yeah, because that was one of the questions people said. Did you remember the go-go? Well, of course, I never wore them, but I don't even. I do remember some people in school wearing them, but back then you're not really. Are you on the 4th of July? No, Dennis. I will be off on the show. You meant? Oh, that's what you meant. There will be no Ocean's Pit on 4th of July. Thank you, Dennis, for asking. But that's the day we're going to have off. All right. So we got some birthdays here before we end the show here. We got a bunch of birthdays, actually. John Biner was a great impersonator back in the 60s and 70s. Colin Hay, he used to be in the band Men at Work. Now he's also plays with Ringo Starr. Fred the Baker, you might not remember him, but he was, if you remember the old Dunkin' Donut commercials back when we were growing up, he was Fred the Baker. Michael Vale. Celebrating a birthday. Ray Harryhausen, one of my favorite guys when it came to King Kong, Mysterious Island. He was very good of stuff that he did, would have been 104 years old. Craig Martin, one of the sons of Dean Martin, celebrating a birthday. The great late Vic Giannotti. If you remember Giannotti's restaurants, he was one of the best. It would have been his birthday past weekend. From Curb Your Enthusiasm, Richard Lewis, who just passed away, also celebrating a birthday. My good friend Cheryl and Tony Riccio, who work also with the Ron Onesti, their son Angel, celebrating a birthday today. Andy Scott, one of the original members of Sweet, turned 75 years old. John Taylor from Duran Duran, 64 years old. Ozzie Guillen Jr., the son of Ozzie Guillen, 40 years old. Billy Hedge from Dino, Billy, and I forgot the Latin name band. But anyway, Gary Busey, 80 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Valley, the brother of Frankie Valli, celebrating a birthday. Blondie, For All You Call Me, and all those great songs by Blondie, celebrating a birthday. Marty Hitzman from Mojo's Jukebox. Happy birthday, my buddy Marty. Jim Palucci from Anchors Away, celebrating a birthday. And Dick the Bruiser, from all you wrestling fans out there, celebrating a birthday. And Nick Sahajas and Phyllis Sahajas' son, Nick Jr., celebrating a birthday, folks. Don't forget, Mojo's Jukebox, my rock band, will be at Dirty Nelly's on Saturday, the 27th in Palatine. We're going on 9 o'clock. Opening for us is a John Cougar tribute band called Small Town. They're very good. So that's going to be a lot of fun on a Saturday. Also, July 13th, we'll be coming to Freddy's on the lake, water in Fox Lake. That's going to be from 2 o'clock to 5, I think. And then the 14th will be in Mount Carmel Kenosha Fest in Kenosha, Wisconsin with Ocean's Rat Pack. A lot of good stuff there. Boy, I'm telling you, man, 4th of July, what are you doing? You doing anything? You going anywhere? What are you doing?
You know what? I think Thursday night, I think there's a fest in Addison on Thursday night. And Infinity is going to be there. I love Infinity. They're one of my favorite. I haven't seen them yet this summer. So I think I might try and drag Gianni out there and we'll go see, we'll go rock and roll.
Bobby Biaggi, we started together in music. We had Bobby on the show.
I love those guys.
Great guy from Berwyn, good guy. Another thing I forgot, happy 157 years to Canada.
Oh,
157 years. Happy birthday, Canada. What do you know, Jeanette? Thank you so much. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the show, guys.
Oh,
It is that time. That's right, and we will be back. Now, let me tell you what we got tomorrow. We have a doubleheader for you. Doubleheader tomorrow. First half of the show is my good friend Michael and Vicky from Little Pops New York style pizzeria restaurant in Lisle. They'll both be on the beginning of the show for the first half hour. And the second half hour is my good buddy John and Joe from Tavern on the Point in Edison Park. They're fantastic. The stories we're going to hear about those two great restaurant establishments in Chicago, you got to check it out. Thursday, we're off, but Friday, Anthony Melchiotti, my good friend, he used to be in my band 1313 and Big Bang Rodeo, which we were on Star Search, but he's a health guru. And he knows a lot about health, and he's a nutritionist. That's what he does. And, of course, he's also very, very smart in politics. So it's going to be very cool to see what he's got to say. Johnny Guarini, buddy, I hope you're doing well. Go see my buddy Johnny. Go out and perform. He is very good. And we got some stuff we're going to be planning this fall. All right, so last but not least, Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, and Mesa, Arizona, folks. Congratulations, 100 years, Ace Hardware. Don't forget to tell them to grill your ace off and get $20 off any grill purchase. Download the Ace Rewards app, easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. Ace is the place, helping neighbors before their neighborhoods. And tonight, for the first time in a long time, me and my wife have date night.
Nice. Oh,
I
enjoy
don't remember
that.
the last time we had one, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Carol, you have a great 4th of July, you and your family.
too.
Maybe we'll see you at the Parrot. If you do, let us know.
I will let you know. I will let you know. Yes, definitely.
Guys, buy local, shop local, support local establishments and live entertainment. And remember the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. We'll see you tomorrow for two great, Mike and Vicky from Little Pops Pizzeria in Lisle. All New York food, all New York pizza.
I love it.
Inside looks like New York City. You got to go check it out.
I will.
And John and Joe from Tavern on the Point tomorrow. So in Edison Park. It's going to be cool. Guys, you have a great day. God bless you. And Ringo Starr says peace and love. Thank you from Carol Brandolino and Tony Ocean here at Twisted Tuesday. See you tomorrow. Nick Sahajas. Take us out.
Oh, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, everybody. You have a great day.